Hello. Today we are going to be looking at a North American Arms mini revolver. Wonder why you call it that. North American Arms Provo, Utah. This one is 22 Magnum. I also have the 22 long rifle cylinder, and yes, I am in fact using drywall anchors as snap caps. They work fine. And as you can see, it's in a very basic DeSantis pocket holster. Also note that the trigger is outside the holster, which would ordinarily be a problem. It's not. I'll explain that in a minute. So, let me pop it on the scale here real quick. 7.09, 7.05 ounces. That is loaded, because I haven't taken the cylinder out yet. So, the way this works is, as I said, it is currently loaded with 5.22 Magnum rounds. Pull it back to half cock. And you push the little button and it falls out the side. Ta-da! And then you can take the rounds out if you want. Just FYI, they just fell out there. If I had fired them, they would not fall out. This little pin that holds the cylinder in place also does double duty as your ejector rod, one at a time. Which the holster holds 5 spare rounds. I'll be honest, I don't really think I'll ever have a use for those. The best I've ever done was like 20 seconds reloading this thing at a range with no stress. There was a nice little table in front of me that I could set things on. In an actual field, yeah, who knows? It would take a while. As you can see, there's not much to this, which that's fine. Put this one in here real quick again. Half cock, that drops in. Oh, hang on. I want to show you something first. So take a look at this cylinder here. I mean, obviously we have the notches to turn it. See these notches here? These are part of the safety mechanism for this thing. This is why I don't care that the trigger's sitting outside, or one of the reasons. Put that in place. Okay, so what you do is you pull the hammer back until it freewheels. You line up one of the little notches under the hammer, and then you pull the trigger to drop it in place. There you go, just like that. Now this won't move. You can pull this all day long, nothing happens, because it's single action. You have to pull it back. See, there's the firing pin, actually part of the hammer. And that's how you shoot the thing. And you've got 5 of those, at which point to unload it, half cock, push in the button, take out the pin. As I said, these will be stuck in. You can do this all day long and it's not going to happen. You have to punch them out one at a time. Then you put the new ones in, and then you slide it back in, put the pin back in. Once it gets to here, you got to push this little button to lower the indent, the detent I should say. And there it is. And then line the thing. So why do I use this? Well, I used to use it as a backup gun on a regular basis. Boy, does it just disappear when that's in your pocket. It doesn't look like a gun. It doesn't look like much of anything, really. And like I said, it's 22 Magnum is not really my first choice, but yeah, it works, especially at very close range. And there is no way in hell I would ever try this at anything past maybe 10 yards. Crimson Trace at one time made a laser grip for this that I really should have purchased, but I didn't. And now you can't find them. They don't make them anymore. North American Arms does have on their website a version of this that comes with laser sights, or laser grips, I should say. Maybe one of these days, but for now. So let's cock it. As you can see, the front sight is, well, the front sight. It's this little thing here that is the same color as the rest of the gun. There's not even really a notch. There's not even really a groove back here. You just kind of look at it. At the ranges for which this thing was designed, it works fine. As far as recoil goes, I mean, it's a rimfire. Muzzle flip is kind of entertaining though, because you don't got maybe 1 1/3 finger on it. I've seen people like shoot it 2 hands. I don't see the point in that. I'm not sure what you're actually accomplishing there. But so like I said, muzzle flip is kind of entertaining. I've never fired this at night. I kind of wonder what the muzzle flash would be like with the Magnum rounds. Might have to figure that out one of these days. It does have one other cute little trick. Once it's in the holster, we'll just stick it in without a cylinder for now. If you put this in your offside pocket, or in my case, my left-hand pocket, you can actually hang this little bird's head out of your pocket, and then the seat belt coming across provides some extra retention. So, in other words, you can be sitting there in your car and just pull this right out. No problem at all. And you've got it in your left hand. And also when you stand up with it in that position, it just drops back down to the pocket. Very handy. Like I said, especially if you need a backup or left hand gun. So I don't really carry it much anymore. I used to. But it's bigger, but I still like my J-frame better for a lot of things. But I'll tell you one thing. This thing it's a quality piece. I mean, I've only done basic cleaning on it. I don't think this thing's ever even failed me. I mean, rimfires have a tendency to misfire every once in a while, but this one I don't think has. I would tell you what the trigger weight is, but I have no idea. My trigger pull gauge, when I try to put it on this little trigger, it doesn't end well. It either runs up to its limit up here without ever actually pulling the trigger, or it moves down to here and then slides off of it, so there's no way to actually, it doesn't matter. Like I said, at the ranges it's intended to operate at, jerking the trigger is not really your biggest problem. I can hit just fine at 3 yards with this. I can even do a headshot at 3 yards. At 5 yards, I can put all in one of the little boxes that they put on some of the people looking targets these days. At 7 yards, even out to 10 yards, I can still put all 5 into a torso, but that's about as far as I'm going to go with this thing. And like I said, reloading is a bloody nightmare. I don't ever really consider that. If I was going to carry it regularly, I would probably carry the 22 Magnums, and I would have this loaded up with some sort of hollow point 22 long rifle, so I could just swap out the cylinders, which is still not like the fastest thing in the world, but it's not too bad. It's better than poking them out one at a time and then loading the new ones in. So I'm going to put a link below to my written review of this, because there's some specs and other information in there that I don't feel like reading. So I will put that down there, and you guys have a good day.